Welcome back to the channel BBC Coin. Today we are talking about one of the most mysterious and exciting coins in American history, the 1974 Liberty 1 cent with no mint mark. At first glance, this coin looks completely ordinary. It is a simple Lincoln penny that millions of Americans used for everyday shopping decades ago. But hidden among these common coins are rare examples that have shocked collectors and created unbelievable headlines in the coin market. Some rare versions and experimental errors connected to the 1974 penny have been estimated at values starting from $1,200 million in collector stories and online discussions, especially when tied to ultra-rare prototypes, unusual minting mistakes, and legendary aluminum test coins. So in this video, we are going deep into the history, mystery, value, and rare features of the 1974 Liberty 1 cent with no mint mark. And by the end of this video, you may want to check every penny in your house. The story begins in 1974 at the Philadelphia Mint. During this time, the United States Mint was producing billions of pennies because the American economy relied heavily on small change. Pennies were everywhere. But there was one important detail about Philadelphia coins during that era. Most of them did not carry a mint mark. That means if your 1974 penny has no letter under the date, it was made in Philadelphia. Now here is where things start getting interesting. The 1974 penny was made primarily from 95% copper. Because copper prices were rising sharply during the 1970s, the US Mint began experimenting with alternative materials. One of those experiments created what is now considered one of the most legendary coins in American history, the 1974 aluminum penny. Very few of these aluminum test coins were ever made. Most were destroyed or taken back by the government. But rumors have circulated for decades that a handful escaped into private hands. These coins became the center of mystery, lawsuits, collector debates, and enormous estimated values. Some experts believe surviving examples could command unbelievable prices because of their rarity and historical importance. That single experimental mistake transformed the ordinary-looking 1974 penny into one of the most talked-about coins in the hobby. But even regular copper versions of the 1974 no-mint mark penny can still be worth serious money under the right conditions. Most circulated examples are only worth a few cents. However, high-grade coins with strong red color and perfect surfaces can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. Collectors especially search for coins graded MS67 or higher. These coins look almost flawless under magnification. They have sharp details, brilliant color, and almost no visible scratches. Because billions of pennies were tossed into circulation and damaged over time, finding a perfectly preserved example today is extremely difficult. And that difficulty creates value. One fascinating detail about the 1974 penny is that some coins were secretly produced at the West Point facility without a mint mark, making them visually identical to Philadelphia coins. This hidden production story adds another layer of mystery for collectors. Now let's talk about the rare errors that can make a 1974 no mint mark penny explode in value. The first error to watch for is the double die error. This happens when the design is accidentally stamped more than once at slightly different angles. On some coins, the doubling can appear in the word Liberty, the date, or other lettering. These error coins can attract huge attention from collectors. Another valuable error is the off-center strike. During the minting process, if the coin blank shifts out of position, part of the design may be missing. The more dramatic the error, the more collectors want it. Then there are broad strike errors, die breaks, cuds, and planchette errors. These unusual mint mistakes can transform a common penny into a highly collectible piece worth hundreds or thousands of dollars depending on rarity and condition. But there is something many new collectors do not understand. Condition matters almost more than age. A damaged or heavily worn 1974 penny may only be worth face value. But a sharply preserved coin with original mint luster can command huge premiums. Coin grading companies like PCGS and NGC carefully examine coins under magnification and assign official grades. Even a tiny increase in grade can multiply a coin's value dramatically. For example, a standard uncirculated 1974 penny may sell for only a few dollars, but an elite high-grade red example can jump into the hundreds or thousands. This is why collectors spend years searching through rolls of pennies hoping to discover one perfect coin hiding in plain sight. And believe it or not, many valuable coins are still found in circulation today. People discover rare pennies in old piggy banks, inherited coin jars, estate sales, flea markets, and forgotten collections. Some collectors even search bankrolls every week hoping to uncover hidden treasures. The excitement comes from the possibility. Every penny could be the next big discovery. Now let's discuss how you can identify a valuable 1974 Liberty 1 cent with no mint mark. First, look directly under the date. If there is no letter, you likely have the Philadelphia version. Second, check the color. Bright red coins are generally more valuable than dark brown ones because they retain original mint luster. Third, inspect the lettering carefully using a magnifying glass. Look for doubling, strange spacing, cracks, or unusual marks. Fourth, weigh the coin if possible. A normal copper penny from 1974 should weigh about 3.11 grams. Experimental aluminum versions are much lighter. Finally, never clean your coin. Cleaning can destroy collector value instantly because it damages the original surface. Many people accidentally ruin potentially valuable coins by trying to make them shiny. Today, we are talking about one of the most fascinating coins collectors are hunting right now, the 1976 Liberty 1 cent coin with no mint mark. Some rare examples of this historic penny have shocked the coin collecting world with incredible auction prices. In ultra-rare condition and with special minting errors, experts believe certain examples can reach astonishing values starting from $1,200 million in collector hype discussions and viral market claims. While normal versions are common, the rare high-grade and error varieties are what make collectors go crazy. So before you spend another penny, watch this carefully because the next coin you discover could become the find of a lifetime. The story behind the 1976 Lincoln penny. The year 1976 was one of the most important years in American history. The United States was celebrating its bicentennial, marking 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Special designs appeared on quarters, half dollars, and dollar coins. But interestingly, the Lincoln penny kept its classic design. That decision made the 1976 penny unique because it quietly became part of America's bicentennial history without changing its appearance. The coin features President Abraham Lincoln on the front, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the back, you will see the Lincoln Memorial, created by Frank Gasparo. Now here is where things get interesting. Many 1976 pennies were produced in Philadelphia without a mint mark. That means if you look under the date and see absolutely nothing, you may have the famous no mint mark version. But do not get too excited just yet. Most 1976 pennies are worth only a few cents. However, rare high-grade examples and unusual mint errors can become incredibly valuable. That is exactly why collectors inspect every single coin carefully with magnifying glasses and professional grading tools. Why collectors love the no mint mark version. Collectors are obsessed with the no mint mark 1976 penny because it represents the Philadelphia Mint during America's bicentennial year. Over 4.6 billion of these coins were minted, making them common in circulation. But finding one in perfect condition is extremely difficult today. Most coins from that era were heavily used. They passed through millions of hands, got scratched, damaged, faded, and worn out. That means only a tiny number survived in flawless mint condition with bright red copper color and sharp details. Those are the coins collectors desperately want. Professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC carefully examine these pennies under magnification. Coins receiving ultra-high grades like MS67 or MS68 can become extremely rare collector pieces. And when rarity meets demand, prices explode. The rare errors that increase value. Now let us talk about the real stars of the coin world, mint errors. Error coins happen when something goes wrong during production at the mint. These mistakes are accidental, and because they are rare, collectors pay huge money for them. Some of the most famous 1976 penny errors include double die errors where letters or numbers appear doubled, off-center strikes where the design is not perfectly aligned, clipped planchette errors where part of the coin is missing, BIE errors caused by die cracks between letters, wrong planchette strikes where the penny was accidentally struck on another coin blank. These rare mistakes can transform an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. Imagine discovering one of these inside an old coin collection. That is why millions of people search through jars of pennies hoping to uncover hidden treasure. How to identify a valuable 1976 penny. If you want to check your own coin, here are some important things to inspect. First, look below the date. If there is no D or S mint mark, you have the Philadelphia version. Next, inspect the color. Collectors love bright red copper pennies because they look almost new. Coins that still shine with original mint luster are worth much more than dark brown worn coins. Now check the details. Look closely at the lettering and Lincoln's face. Sharp details often mean the coin was not heavily circulated. Then search for errors. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the date, the word Liberty, and the lettering around the edges. Any doubling or unusual shapes could indicate a valuable mint error. Finally, weigh the coin. The 1976 penny should weigh around 3.11 grams because it was made mostly from copper. If the weight seems unusual, collectors may become very interested. The market for rare pennies is growing fast. Coin collecting has exploded online in recent years. Videos about rare pennies regularly attract millions of views. Social media collectors share incredible stories about finding valuable coins in pocket change. Some viral videos even claim certain rare coins could be worth unbelievable amounts. That excitement has brought thousands of new collectors into the hobby. Auction prices for top condition coins continue to rise as wealthy collectors compete for the finest examples available. And remember, condition changes everything. A worn penny may be worth 1 cent, but a flawless example with a rare error could become worth hundreds, thousands, or far more depending on rarity and collector demand. Be careful of online myths. Now this is important. The internet is full of misleading videos claiming every old penny is worth millions of dollars. That is not true. Us 1976 no-mint mark pennies are common and worth only a small amount. Experts and collectors on coin forums regularly warn people about exaggerated claims online. The real value comes from rarity, condition, grading, and genuine mint errors. So if you believe you found something special, do not clean the coin. Cleaning damages the surface and can destroy collector value instantly. Instead, place it safely inside a protective holder and consider getting it examined by a professional grading service. Could you have one right now? This is the exciting part. Unlike ancient treasure buried underground, these coins may still be hiding in everyday places. Inside old piggy banks, coin jars, garage sales, estate collections, family coin albums, even pocket change. Thousands of collectors search every single day because valuable discoveries still happen. And that possibility keeps the excitement alive. The idea that an ordinary penny could secretly become one of the most wanted coins in the market is what makes coin collecting so addictive. Final thoughts. The 1976 Liberty 1 cent no-mint mark coin is more than just spare change. Today this small copper coin may look completely normal at first glance, but some rare versions have sold for thousands of dollars, and collectors are still searching for the most valuable examples today. Stories about million-dollar pennies have spread across the internet, turning the 1982 Lincoln cent into one of the most talked about coins in modern collecting history. The biggest reason this coin became famous is because 1982 was a historic transition year for the United States Mint. During that year, the mint changed the composition of the penny from mostly copper to zinc because copper prices had become too expensive. That single decision created multiple varieties of the 1982 penny, making it one of the most confusing and exciting coins ever produced. Now here is where things get interesting. The 1982 Liberty 1 cent with no mint mark was produced in Philadelphia. Unlike coins from Denver or San Francisco, Philadelphia coins normally carried no mint mark during that time. But not all 1982 no mint mark pennies are the same. Some were made from copper, others from zinc. Some used a large date design, while others used a small date design. That means collectors must carefully inspect every detail before knowing whether a coin is common or potentially valuable. Many people believe all 1982 pennies are valuable, but that is not true. Most are only worth a few cents. However, the rare combinations and high-grade examples can sell for impressive amounts at auction. Certain mint state coins have reached values in the thousands because of their rarity and condition. One reason collectors love this coin so much is the mystery surrounding it. Every year, thousands of people search through old penny rolls hoping to discover the famous rare variety. Coin experts say the key to identifying a valuable 1982 penny starts with understanding 3 important details. First is the date size. The 1982 penny exists in both large date and small date varieties. On the small date version, the numbers appear thinner and more delicate. The number 2 has a curved shape, while the large date version has thicker and bolder numbers. This tiny difference may seem unimportant, but in the coin world, it can completely change the value of a penny. Second is the coin's metal composition. Earlier pennies were made mostly from copper and weighed around 3.11 grams. Later pennies used zinc and weighed about 2.5 grams. Experts recommend using a digital scale to determine the composition because visual inspection alone is often unreliable for 1982 coins. Third is the overall condition. A shiny uncirculated penny with no scratches or wear can be worth dramatically more than a heavily worn example. Coin grading companies carefully inspect these pennies under magnification, and the highest quality specimens can command enormous prices in the collector market. Now let's talk about the no-mint mark version specifically. The Philadelphia Mint produced millions of 1982 pennies without mint marks. Most of them are common. But collectors continue searching for rare small-date copper examples because they are harder to find in top condition. According to coin value guides, some high-grade examples have sold for thousands of dollars at auction. Internet rumors often claim these coins are worth millions of dollars. Some YouTube videos and social media posts have described the 1982 no-mint mark penny as a hidden millionaire coin. Today, now imagine finding a simple copper-colored penny in an old jar, a dusty piggy bank, or forgotten drawer, only to discover it could be worth a fortune. That possibility is exactly why coin collecting has exploded in popularity across YouTube and social media. People everywhere are searching their change hoping to uncover hidden treasures. The 1993 Liberty 1 cent features the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front. Above his head are the words "I and God we trust." On the left side appears the word Liberty, and on the right is the date 1993. The reverse side displays the Lincoln Memorial design, which remained on pennies for decades and became one of the most recognized coin designs in American history. One important detail collectors always check is the mint mark below the date. If there is no letter under the year, the penny was struck in Philadelphia. Coins with a D were made in Denver, while S-marked coins were proof coins from San Francisco. Many beginners mistakenly believe that every no-mint mark penny is rare, but experts explain that rarity depends on condition, errors, and demand rather than simply the absence of a mint mark. Even though more than 5 billion no-mint mark pennies were produced in 1993, the condition of the coin changes everything. Most circulated examples are only worth face value because they are scratched, faded, or damaged from years of use. But when collectors discover a coin with strong original red color and almost perfect surfaces, the value rises dramatically. Professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC examine coins under magnification and assign grades based on quality. A coin graded MS69 is considered nearly perfect, and very few 1993 pennies reach that level because the zinc composition used in modern pennies is extremely sensitive to corrosion and discoloration. One of the most shocking auction sales involved a 1993 no-mint mark penny graded MS69 red. That coin sold for thousands of dollars, stunning many collectors who never imagined a modern penny could achieve such a price. And this is where excitement really begins. Rare era coins from 1993 can become even more valuable than ordinary high-grade examples. Collectors constantly search for double dies, die cracks, off-center strikes, plating errors, and other minting mistakes. Some unusual varieties have sold for astonishing amounts because they are so difficult to find. One famous story involved a dramatic mule error connected to a 1993 penny. The coin attracted huge media attention and sold for over $50,000 at auction. That sale reminded collectors everywhere that even modern pennies can hide unbelievable value. Another topic collectors discuss often is the close AM design. In 1993, the spacing between the letters A and M in America on the reverse became the standard style. Many beginners confuse this with rare varieties from 1992, but experts explain that the close AM appearance is normal for most 1993 pennies. Because of online videos and social media posts, many exaggerated claims now appear on the internet. Some listings advertise ordinary 1993 pennies for unrealistic prices reaching hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. Experienced collectors warn that not every coin listed online is actually selling for those amounts. Real value depends on certified grading, genuine rarity, and confirmed auction results.